Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
I led hunt for MH370. New 56 pounds M search for missing plane is in most dangerous place on Earth and could be impossible. The hunt for doomed Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 could take 8 months to resume after it was dramatically suspended after just days. The £56 million mission, led by UK-based marine robotics company Ocean Infinity, had been sweeping a new seabed area in a last-ditch attempt to finally solve one of aviation's greatest mysteries. But just after a few days of search in the southern Indian Ocean, conditions quickly deteriorated, and a decision's been made to wait for a safer weather window in the southern hemisphere summer. Peter Waring, a former deputy operations manager on the original search, said the delay was unsurprising and necessary. He told The Sun the search has been postponed until summer hits in the southern hemisphere, meaning it will probably resume around November this year. While disappointing, the postponement was not unexpected, he said. The MH370 hunter said that fierce southern ocean storms and treacherous sea conditions mean crews are often forced to abandon search efforts during the brutal southern winter. Waring explained, "The weather tends to get really quite bad in the southern Indian Ocean during the southern winter. It becomes a little bit difficult for the ships to remain down there, a little bit dangerous." He explained that the area is just about the worst place you can be in the winter, with one vicious storm system after another rolling through, generating waves up to 5 meters high and battering vessels with relentless winds. You're extremely exposed, and it's about 6 days sailing to the nearest port, which is Fremantle. So you're out there, it's terrible weather, and you're a long way from home, Waring added. Flight MH370 vanished on March 8, 2014, en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing with 239 people on board. Despite extensive search operations, only scattered debris has ever been found. A renewed push by Ocean Infinity this year, backed by the Malaysian government, has sparked fresh hope of locating the Boeing 777's final resting place under the waves. But Waring said the risks of pressing on far outweigh any potential reward. Recovery operations using autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, the only viable method for probing the deep, rugged seabed, become almost impossible when heavy seas make it too dangerous to winch equipment back on deck. Any kind of evolution, as we call it in the maritime world, of that kind is really, really dangerous, he said. Waring added that trying to retrieve gear in foul weather could mean losing crucial data, or the very equipment that might have finally located the wreck. The MH370 expert also pointed out that even during the original government-led search from 2014 to 2017, winter operations often ground to a halt. Some captains refused to return to sea due to the unbearable conditions. From the perspective of crew comfort and crew safety, it makes a lot of sense not to be there in the southern winter, Waring said. It's not just the weather that poses problems. The seabed in the search zone is incredibly complex, dynamic, mountainous and deep, demanding pinpoint precision and advanced robotics to scan it properly. Waring warned that, if conditions suddenly turn during a 3-day AUV mission, recovery could become impossible. Despite public frustration, Waring rejected conspiracy theories that officials or search companies are hiding information. He also acknowledged that speculation and misinformation continue to swirl, fueled in part by confusion over the new search zone and a lack of public detail about the science behind it. Greater openness now, he believes, could help temper expectations and rebuild trust in the mission. "I'd like to see the research and science behind this new search released," he said. "That would stop some of the confusion and show people that experts are making these decisions, not online conspiracy theorists." As for Ocean Infinity, Waring said they remain the best hope of solving the MH370 mystery. While not flashy or overly public, the company is at the top of its game and proved it in 2018 when it covered more than 100,000 square kilometers of ocean floor, far beyond its initial 25,000 square kilometer target. If any organization on Earth is going to find MH370, it's almost certainly going to be Ocean Infinity. Confidence, he said, should remain high, especially if the company shows the same determination to go beyond contract boundaries once the search resumes. Waring is hopeful the wreckage will eventually be found, especially if the team is willing to push beyond its initial scope. Much will depend on whether they just stick to the 15,000 square kilometers or whether they expand the search out, he said. The initial search Ocean Infinity undertook in 2018 started as just a 25,000 square kilometer box, and they ended up doing over 100,000. If they do that again and head south to some of the other identified hotspots, then we'll probably find the aircraft. By Rebecca Husselby, assistant foreign editor. When an entire plane with 239 passengers mysteriously disappeared from the sky, it left the world in utter disbelief, myself included. How could an entire jet vanish into oblivion in a modern world when every move on land, sea, and air is tracked? And how could it remain lost for a decade? Having spent the last few years exploring the many theories on what MH370's final moments might look like, from the bizarre to the complex, there is one hypothesis that answers every question for me. Pilot Simon Hardy has left no stone unturned in his search for answers, and having been at the helm of passenger flights for over 20 years, he knows every inch of a Boeing 777 cockpit. What makes his technique, not a theory, even more compelling is his ability to access the world's best flight simulators and sit in Captain Zahiri Ahmad Shah's seat as he commandeered the Malaysia Airlines and flew into the middle of the southern Indian Ocean. While others believe WSPR technology holds the key to finally discovering the wreckage, it's never been proven, and many in the MH370 community have questioned its reliability. Many experts agree that the suicidal MH370 pilot was behind the plane's demise. What we'll never know is what his mindset was on that night and what motive he had to carry out such a chilling plan. Passenger safety on board in the aviation industry is rigorous, and the likelihood of travelers being involved in a plane crash is 1 in 11 million. But are airlines considering a pilot's mental state when they sit at the controls of a jet that could be turned into a 300-ton death machine?